Okay. I know it's just a little time, but this is just a start. So, get to know each other. So, like I said, we're going to talk about the old days. So, my next activities is, like I mentioned, I'm from New York City. So, in New York, thing has changed, right? From 1960s, 1970s, the 80s, and 2022. So as you see in the picture, in the image, right, New York is very famous for their entertainment, Times Square, right? And you see the pictures of Times Square from the 60s all the way to current Times Square look like. Now I want you to share with a whole class, a whole group rather. I want you to think of a city in your country that is famous for something and tell us a little bit, how does it change? So this is a city that is in your country. It could be any city. And maybe tell us what it is famous for and how does it change in the past, I don't know, 20 years or so. Anybody wants to start?
Can I start?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Sharan. I'm from India. Uh, Basically, I'm from North India. It's near to Delhi. But for this, my profession and my job, I have shifted to east side of country. There's one city is Jamshedpur, where presently I'm working. Actually, this is a not a very old city. This was established by Tata Group in late 1880s, 18s, okay, before 19. Okay. Then actually this is basically a forest land. Then they have established some industry here for steel manufacturing, and then they create some colony to for their employees. Then slowly, they have added some more companies, and at present there are 14 company of the same group, Tata Group. Okay, one of them is Tata Motors, where I'm presently working. It's a very neat and clean city, and I shifted this city in 2008. So in past 13 years, I have seen this change. One major change is increase in traffic, because earlier when I shifted in 2008, there very less traffic. Nowadays, traffic is more, but they are managing very well. They are adding some roads, flyovers to and parking space to handle this whole traffic. And during this last 2 years, during this pandemic situation, most of the people uh, uh, hesitate to travel. They have stopped traveling, and due to this, the traffic is under control, and people move to online shopping. They are not going to market. They are avoiding to go to the market. Yes.
Mm, very
So
good.
this is
Thank
the thing.
you very much. Yes, of course, a lot of traffic, right? Change in your city. And you want to
Yeah.
thank you. Excellent. Anybody else want to share your city or
Yes,
any
I will
city in
try.
your country?
Okay,
Yes,
I will
please.
try. So, I was born and grew up in Krakow, the second biggest city in Poland. But for about 30 years, I was living in the village near Krakow. 4 years ago, I came back to my hometown, and I would say I was quite surprised how many new buildings. I mean, block of flats or just buildings for companies, for foreign companies. Uh, I was quite surprised there are so many of them. And I also would like to say that public transport in Krakow has improved a lot. So usually buses and trams are on time, and also there are a lot of new lines.
Mm,
So I can say that it was a kind of surprise for me that my hometown has changed a lot during
mm,
a few years. Yeah. And
Thank you so much, Teresa. Yes, we learned a bit about the changes in the new buildings and stuff, right? Good, thank you. Anybody else? Maybe a couple of more? Don't be shy. We here just to practice English, and then we get to know your city.
I can
try.
continue if you want.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Murat.
No problem. If, Oscar, you were saying, please continue.
Yeah, after you.
Oh, no problem. Guys, and this is Murat. I live in Istanbul, Turkey. When I was a kid, to be honest, I live in Istanbul when I was born. When I was a kid, at 90s, end of 90s, I was a student. Also, first years of millennium, and I was a student also. And in Istanbul, there was no subway before that. After that, the subway had been installed by government. After that, like Teresa said, and many skyscraper is installed, has built in Istanbul, also like Krakow. After that, I'm thinking that day by day, the city where I lived, the crowded, and before that it was not crowded like today. That's it.
Thank you
Very
very
much.
much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much for sharing. All right, good job. Oscar, you wanna go next?
Yeah. So I born in a small city in France called Tours. It's known as a World Heritage of UNESCO because you have a lot of culture of wine, cheese, and the old king in France had a castle there in Tours. So we have many tourists who come from many countries to visit castle, the old castle of François Ier, and Leonardo da Vinci lived there also. He has a museum there. So when I born there in the 70s, we were just one black family there, and just 20 years after, it was more diverse. We have Chinese, you have Arabic, you have Turkish. We have many family went there, and it's become more diverse. But unfortunately, just 30 years after, crime rates was high, become high, unfortunately. But now it's okay. Now it's okay. They take a very nice decision. They put many infrastructure. Crime rate is down now, but there is 10 years it was the worst one. There is new building. There is a lot of museums. You have one private school there, so there is many changes.
Very good. Thank you so much. Yes, diversity, right? Everywhere. Thank you. Anybody else? Maybe one more before we moving into our grammar for today. Anybody? Yes, no?
Actually, I came here to Canada 2 years ago. So for me, I can divide just before COVID and after COVID. So when I look back in the past, when I was in Korea, just for 3 years, I think the young people's internet skill, can I say it? Internet skill is so fast and very fluently. Can I say it? Yeah, so I mean IT technique or something else is very better than past, I mean.
Yeah, very good. Thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you everybody
You're welcome.
For sharing with me today. And it's a good way, right, to hear of what has changed and what has become now. So while I was listening to all of you, today earlier, you actually practicing something that I wanted to do with you today, which is a simple past, right? This today's topic is going to be very simple, very basic, but is something that a lot of the students, a lot of English language learners sometimes forget about, which is simple past, right? We use simple past with the actions that happened in the past and ended in the past, not happen anymore, right? So things that you said to me earlier, things that you told us earlier about, oh, in the last 5 years ago, it was this, it was that, right? So that is the simple past. Never did not happen again. That's it, right? When Oscar said, oh, there was only one Black family in his hometown, right? Now diversity. So it's changed. And you use there was or there were when Murat said there were, I can't remember exactly what you were saying. Murat, was that a museum? No, the subway, right? Was it a subway? Yes.
Yeah, I said there was no subway in Istanbul.
Yes, there was not. Excellent, right? But now there's a subway, right? So most of the time, the English language learner forget about there was or there were, right? You use there was or there were in the past. That didn't happen now. So let's do a little practice before I put you into the breakout room in a longer period to talk about something in the past. So I have this. We're going to try to use was, were, there was, or there were. So let's do this together. Number one, my family lived in Taiwan when I blank younger. What do you think we need over here? When I
was younger.
Excellent. When I was younger. Good. Number two, let's go to John. Can you read you're going to start we?
Yes. We were in the South for 3 days, for 3 years.
Continue, please, until it ends the sentence.
And I really enjoyed my time there.
Excellent. We were, right? Happened in the past. Next, Alina.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, yes.
Apartment was very large.
Number 3, our apartment was or was not.
Okay. Also, negative form is possible. Okay. But it depends.
It's okay.
I don't know. It might be was or was not.
No worry. Let's do this together. Everybody, what do you think? Number
Was
3?
Was or was not. 2 options are possible.
Correct. So our apartment
Not,
was not.
weren't, only was or was not.
Was not very large, but
there was a small field nearby.
Excellent, Teresa. Thank you. But there was, right? This is it. There was, right? In the past, there was a small field nearby. Murat, number 5, please.
I remember someone. There is some banana.
So trees.
Sorry,
there was.
there were. Sorry.
Excellent. There were. So everybody pronunciation here, right? Were. If you there were, yes. Excellent. Were, right? Your mouth like were. Yes. It's sorry to say it's like you burping, like there were, right? There were some banana trees. Good job, Murat. Number 6, Peter, are you with us? I'll come back to you. Echo, number 6, Echo.
They were large trees, but they had lots of bananas.
Good. They were, same thing, right? Trees. Oh, sorry. They were not.
weren't.
They were not,
They were
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
but they had lots of
had a lot
bananas.
of bananas.
Good
Also, it's a
job.
contradiction, because of that. Yeah.
Continue. Sharon, number 7.
Yeah. Are you presenting something? I am not able to getting your screen.
We lived in a city. Do
Yeah.
you see the screen?
No, I'm not able to see the screen. It's totally blind for me.
Oh, does everybody see the screen?
Yes, I can
Yes.
see.
Yes, I
But
think
Sharon, you
this.
can't see.
Yeah, I'm not able to see the screen.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, I'll come back to you. Maybe I'll come back to you in a little bit. Try, because I share the screen. I think everybody kind of see it. Try to figure it out on your end and let me know when you can see it, okay?
Okay. I'll do
Good.
it.
Oscar, can you do number 7 for us? We lived
And there were,
here. Number 7, we lived in a city.
yes, and there were many places to play.
So all the children.
Can you read the whole sentence, please? So all the children.
We lived in a city, and there were many places to play. So all the children from the neighborhood went to these fields.
There were or there were not? What do you think? If you look at this sentence.
But they had not a lot of and they
There were not.
Why not?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Were not. Correct.
Yeah.
Pronunciation. Thank you. Pronunciation here. Weren't.
Yeah.
Weren't.
And so it says so and yeah, there
Yes.
were many places to play. So all children from the neighborhood went to this field.
Correct. Yes. I usually recommend the English language learner like you guys, right? If you are not sure to pronounce wasn't or weren't, I usually say you could say there was not, there were not. It is clearer, right? Because sometimes when you talk with the native speakers and they don't understand you, it could create confusion. So I usually try to make it clear by saying there was not, there were not, right? Last but not least, Mira, we were sad.
Then one summer, the owner of the field cut down all the trees and built a parking lot. We were sad because there were not anywhere to play.
Good, because there was not anywhere to play. Excellent. And you just used was not. Good. So if we could see was, we use it when we talk about singular now, right? There was a banana tree. But if you use plural, there were banana trees. So it really depends on the noun that comes after. There was or there were. All right, my last thing on the list today. Again, today's lesson is very basic, but something that we sometimes forget of how to use it. So my last prompt, I'm going to give you a little bit more time. It seems similar to what we've been talking about, but I want you to add one more thing. Do you think the changes that happen in your city or the city that you talk about, are they good or they bad? Right? Remember earlier I talked a little bit about New York City. Some changes are good, some changes are bad. What about you? Do you think those changes are good or bad. So I'm gonna put you in a breakout room.